Life in a Cooking Pot. I'm Bob, and this is Rob. Yeah. Today we're going to be making a couple different meals, but to start off with, we thought we'd make some beautiful supreme zucchini. I know some of you must be thinking, supreme zucchini, doesn't that just sound kind of bland to you, Rob?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but the secret is, in our supreme zucchini, we don't even use zucchini, now do we, Rob?
That's a secret ingredient. You're not supposed to say that.
But I'll wait.
Yeah.
Alright, so what we usually like everybody should have first is, sugar. Because
Sure, of course.
everybody likes sugar.
Everybody.
Do you know anybody that doesn't like sugar, Rob?
Not a person
Not
on
a
the
person.
earth.
So, we'll just look for some sugar, because we really don't know anything that it is. So, I think I found some. Some beautiful white, whole-grown sugar. It's good to start out with. And you can use one of these things.
Or one of these even, if you like. State-of-the-art technology,
Playful things there are. But it doesn't really matter. Just add as much as you feel. You can get the fun if you want to, Rob. Quite a bit of sugar. Mix it all in.
Yeah.
You can see it. And so, you see, Rob, I've added the sugar. And
Good.
looks like we've got some brown chunks.
Oh, that's alright. Don't worry about that. No,
No,
don't
really,
worry about it.
No, I don't like brown chunks.
Okay, well, if you insist.
I can't seem to get it out, Rob. Okay, so now we've added the sugar. It's around 3/4 of a cup, but it doesn't really matter because if it mattered, we wouldn't be professional cooks.
Not at all.
And secondly, most people like milk unless you're allergic to it, and then you'll break out in hives and die, but
And of course, we always use fat-free products.
We do.
Don't want to make
Fat-free.
people, obese.
Yeah, so we're going to use just about a cup, but it doesn't really matter as we pour it in. Caleb, if you could get one of those mixing spoons for you, that Rob. Thanks, Rob.
Mixing spoon.
Just mix it on. It makes a delightful paste. Could remind you of toothpaste, but it smells delightful.
Just like that sugary toothpaste you do with kids.
Move all this stuff out of the way. And second of all, actually we want to say, even though this doesn't really sound like it, we usually use this zucchini supreme as a dessert. So next of all, we have a banana. You can add one or two, doesn't really matter, but watch as he's a pro at this. Why don't you just do your stuff, Rob?
Pro.
Do your stuff. Pretty good. A couple more, give it a couple more. Perfect. If you leave a few things on your counter, it doesn't really matter.
It actually adds to the taste.
It does. Especially if you haven't cleaned it well, but it's only a suggestion. Now, thanks, Rob. We need to, of course, because if you think of this poor starving people all over the world, save every ounce of banana.
Every ounce.
Now, although it's already much, we still have to cut it because we don't want you to choke.
Not at all.
We could take the peel off, though. We should.
Yeah, some people like to, some people don't,
So,
Just no preference.
Scrape this out. It turns into...
Yeah.
It just
Looks delightful. Now, you want to chop it rapidly and quickly and thoroughly so that it's completely chopped and no chunks whatsoever.
Perfect. Remember, save every ounce.
Every ounce for those starving children in Africa.
If you want to mix this up for me, Rob, that'd be great.
Of course.
You want to make sure you do spare every ounce. Good job, Rob. You're doing pretty good. Alright. Next thing we're going to add is some Cheerios. I prefer Honey Nut because they're the sweetest kind. But you can use plain apple cinnamon, whatever floats your boat. Exactly the same. Okay. So here we go. Some beautiful store-bought Honey Nut Cheerios.
Store-bought.
See how we keep them airtight to prevent
For some reason, the homegrown Cheerios just don't taste the same, so I prefer store-bought.
I mean, some people would prefer homegrown, but I really don't. As you can have them like this, and some people do like them like that, but me and Rob, we both prefer them chopped to a thin paste. Chopped. So we put them wherever that adds some extra taste, if you know what I'm talking about. Whoops. Sorry about that, I have convulsions. Rob, you want to help me with this? I'm getting tired of this chopping. Sure. Just don't chop your finger. Oh. You can do this. Sometimes you get Cheerios on your feet because, you know, they fly everywhere, let me tell you. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good, Rob. Don't want to get it all off. Of course. That's good. And then we take this and we gently, don't want to disrupt the makings going on here. Gently scoop them in. And Rob, you're the professional mixer of the two of us, so why don't you get going on this? Next of all, after we've thoroughly mixed in all these good Cheerios, make sure it's thoroughly, because, you know, the sugar just has a tendency to like to remain on the bottom of the bowl, if you know what I mean. Now, next of all, why don't you go warm up that piece of pizza? I'm sure that'll go nicely. And I'll get some cinnamon sugar to put in our zucchini supreme. That's probably. It doesn't matter if it's all that hot, but it's just the principle of the thing. If you know what I mean. What was that, Rob?
Oh, just the microwave.
Okay.
Oh, it's done.
Okay. Oh, it smells delightful.
Okay. Now we just
Some people don't really know if we really need to do this, but
what are you doing, Bob? We're supposed to go in here.
Oh, you thought it was supposed to go in there?
Yeah.
No, I was just trying to warm it up because I was hungry and I didn't want to wait for this.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have more later.
Anyways.
And the final touch, which is, of course, optional, because this is already great as it is. Final touch, a dab, as I like to call it, of chocolate syrup.
Just a dab, though.
Just a dab. Just a dab. And just a dab. Just a dab. Just a dab. Just a dab. Right, guys?
Only
There you
now.
go, Rob. So remember, guys, don't add too much. You can make very bad taste. You've got some delightful looking stuff in there now. Why don't you just smell that, Rob? Smell the wonder.
Supreme zucchini.
Yes. And now, I'm sure both Rob and I would like to be paid off for all this hard work. So. I found some! A little for you. A little for you, Rob.
Whoops. Don't spill now.
I was trying to give you more. Want me to throw this at you? No.
Hey guys, we're still on tape.
Take down. I don't care about this takedown. You get down there.
Yeah.
Eat this. You eat this.
Oh, it's all over. Oh. Is there any left for me? That was great.
Remember, zucchini supreme. Hi, and welcome back to episode 2 of Life in the Cooking Pot. I'm glad you could join us for another exciting episode of this great cooking show. If you don't remember, I'm Bob, and this is Robbie. And today, you know, last episode we got a little wild. I'd just like to apologize to anybody who was offended by that. And
Anybody.
I kind of hurt my partner here, you know.
I'm fine though.
Couple. But we're all back and we're on the ball again. So after that little misdemeanor, today we're making a little bit less popular of food, but it's still pretty good. Don't you agree, Rob?
Just as good.
Just as good. We like to call it chocolate delish.
Excellent.
Some people don't like this one as much, and you're wondering why, because you know, zucchini supreme doesn't sound as sweet as chocolate delish. But we have some little tricks up our sleeves when we make these names, because you know, the zucchini supreme really was not too zucchini-ish, and well, the chocolate delish just isn't too delish.
Or chocolate-ish.
Yeah, you can say that again, Rob.
Or chocolate-ish.
Thanks, Rob. And it gets kind of messy, so I think for this episode we're gonna need our cooking uniforms. And we're back. And we're ready to make some chocolate delish, and you can see we're not gonna have any spilling willies. But, you know, even if we do, we're protected.
Completely.
Now, on to the best part. The food. Why am I doing that for you? And we'll start off with almost the same thing we started off last time. We started off last time with sugar. Start off this time with a peanut butter cookie. Remember, we need this. Can you come this way for me, Rob?
Always grandma's.
Get warmed up.
Chop, 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 chop. It's really important to keep chopping so that it digs right through.
It's best if you do it in 4/4 time.
4/4 times.
For those of you who know music.
It's just the best rhythm to use.
I'm almost done here, folks.
This is really easy for drummers too, and great practice.
I think that's good enough, don't you, Rob?
Yes.
Here we go now. Into the bowl with you all. Delish, delish. Now, I'd like to add a little bit of chocolate milk. Do you know if we have any of that, Rob?
Well, we should. After all, this is our kitchen.
Add just about a half cup of Lucerne chocolate milk. Reduced fat is best, but any will work. You just pour that on in and mix it around a tad. I'd appreciate that, Rob. Oh, it's already looking delish. For those of you who think we're going again to the sweet desserty side, wait till you see what comes next. Looks good. Now on to the next item, which you know what it is, Rob, don't you?
Of course. None other than
Fritos original corn chips. You can use the scoop kind if you prefer, but I always prefer original. We begin to have to chop that all up. Delish, delish. On into the bowl with you guys. Into the bowl. Delish. If you want to come over and take a closer look at this delightful thing we're making here, delish. Way to go, Rob. Way to go. I can see you're learning. Now, what we have here is they might look like ordinary apples, but they've actually been aged. They've been sealed in this airtight bag, and even though it's airtight, you can't be guaranteed that it's 100% pure. So they've been in here for about 6 weeks, wouldn't you say, Rob?
about that.
About 6 weeks, and we've been keeping them just for this special occasion. But I know some of you viewers out there probably haven't been such prepared like Rob and I have been.
Nobody ever
Such
is.
pro cooks, you know. So we like to chop. This thing we need everything chopped up. So that's why if you're wondering why we're chopping so much, it's because not only is it fun and good exercise, it works well with this.
Especially on those hot afternoons, you know.
It's just go in and get a good chop in.
Yeah.
Oh, delightful, delightful. If you could stir that in for me, Rob, I'll get going on the next ingredient. And now, I know some of you might be thinking, look at this. I mean, doesn't it look just a little bit too thick?
Just a bit.
Just a bit. So what we do, you can use anything, but I'd say Worcestershire sauce works just about the best. In this situation, of course. And we just add a tad.
Yeah, just a tad.
Tad. You can smell the salt wafting up into the air. It just wafts.
Woo!
Doesn't it, Rob?
Waft.
And you know, we didn't quite cut that up, but I don't think we did it. Good job, Rob. Now just keep on stirring that. It's pretty good. Oh, what is this? What is this stuffing? What? You see, and then you can add the pizza in there if you want. Get down in there. What the hell? Yes, people. Pizza. All part of the recipe. A delightful part to be indeeded by you, man. So, come just look at this delightful project we're working on.
Now we could have chopped it up before we put it in, but you know, accidents will happen.
Just a little bit more stirring, and then it should be ready to bake. But first, I am really hungry, so I'm just gonna go to our fridge and get something.
Now when we bake this, we want to bake it at about 557 or so. Yeah.
The oven's broken.
Oh, but if you don't have an oven, like we don't, you can use a microwave and just set it to extra high or something to that effect, so that it can get the nice crispness that the texture calls. Whoa!
Fooled you, Rob, now didn't I? I was gonna put an egg in you, but I decided not to.
You should.
Just part of the fun. Remember, cooking should always be fun, no matter what the consequences could be. Whoa, Rob! Look, there's something on the fridge.
Where? I don't see. Almost slip.
Yeah.
Whoa! What do we have here?
I don't know. It looks good though. Chocolate delish. I'll just put this on back and hope for the best.
Now it might get a little bit hard to stir at this point. Whoa! Rain
Oh,
from
you
heaven.
did not, Rob.
What do we have there?
I don't really know. Just keep stirring, Rob. Just keep stirring.
Keep stirring.
This is looking delish. Chocolate delish to be exact.
That is. That's okay.
It's
It
looking
just
good.
adds the flavor.
Delish. And now it's time for the best part. The baking. If you have an oven, which we don't, of course, as my partner explained earlier, we would bake it on 475 for 25 minutes. Per cup, of course. Then you double it at both temperature and time for every extra ounce after the pound.
Of course.
So, I'd say this is about a pound, but since we don't have an oven, we're going to get a nice microwavable bowl made by Royal Dutson. Of course, to give them credit, and look at that goop fly. Chocolate delish. And we're going to take this, and we're going to put it in our microwave on high power for about 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and then take it out and just indulge in our chocolate delish. Now with only 47 seconds left, we're just waiting to taste that wonderful taste of chocolate delish. Never the same twice, right, Rob?
Exactly.
Oh, look at this. Notice, I wanted to show you one thing in particular. Come closer. You can see how it's made crust on the outside? It almost bakes like a pie if you do it right. It's delightful. Why don't you just take a seat over there and I'll take a couple bites of this. Delightful. Oops. Oh, just look at this. Chocolate delish. I can't wait to eat some of this. I'll just mix it around a little bit. Some nice big chunks in there. A little chunky, but it's good. Oh, it's great. It's great. It's great. Try some rum.
Yeah, sure thing.
It's good. Chocolate delicious.
It's all over the screen. Oh, Bob, are you okay?
Chocolate delicious.
Oh. May you rest in peace.
No!